Oh.
Well, it keeps telling me the stream bitrate is too high. The rent is too dang high. You'll give me a countdown, right? I should get a skin, like a D-brand skin for the MacBook. You say 30? Okay. Good. Oh, it is? I didn't know that. You gotta let me know next time. Really? Yeah. Sweet. Hey there, everybody. Welcome to the first live stream of 2022, coming to you from the new studio space. It's pretty exciting. The studio itself, still getting built out. I did assemble an incredible wall behind me, and you can kind of see a blue light coming through from either side. That wall was built with some reclaimed lumber and more trips that were necessary to the hardware store. Wow, Andrew Rogers with a 20. That's 4 5s right there for the Toasty Beverage Fund, because apparently you can't super chat birthday cake. That's right, we're a day off from your birthday, my friend. I believe. Is that what I read in the chat? Because it just means everybody needs to wish Andrew Rogers a very happy birthday. Thanks for the 20, man. I really appreciate that. Too many trips to the hardware store, but it did get built. It's built in 2 pieces. There's a seam, you just can't see it. And then we can take it apart and move it. So it's taller than most doorways, and it's wider than most doorways. But if we have to move it, we can. It is on casters, though, so if we need to reposition it or perhaps take it for a walk, we can, because I don't know. That's what you do with a wall, right? Let's see. Other news. We announced on TikTok that Ben Pendergast, who is also known as It's Boy in Space, a TikTok user with more than 2.3 million followers, has joined the team, which is really exciting. Ben and his wife moved to Seattle not too long ago, and I thought I would offer him a spot on the team for some very specific things, and Ben was excited. And so we have a lot in store in the future. So you can welcome Ben. He's probably not in the chat because it's his wife's birthday, and I think he's taking her out to dinner. So very quietly, welcome Ben and wish his wife a happy birthday. Let's see. Oh, also, this one's still a little bit far away, but I figure while we're doing this, I can give you a little heads up. Wait a minute. BTR Plumbing. Howdy, Joel. So happy you're alive. Can't wait to see this printer action. I agree. Jake from State Farm. What's up, brother? 99 cents. It's 0.99. Are you out of your mind? I guess that's how it goes. It's a little bit further away, and I'm currently testing the waters to establish a Pacific Northwest print farm. And if it's successful and it thrives, it also means that my dream that I've talked about a number of times, where I can open up a 3D printing supply store, something where people can grab filaments, possibly even late night, that has a chance at existing. There is a pathway to that. And so right now what I'm doing, I've reopened the Etsy shop. There is a link in the description. And it used to be back in the day, I would sell 3D printed cookie cutters. And those were cool. I was known for the Poo emoji cookie cutter, and it was a hot seller. I might bring it back, but I've got some cool articulated dragons there and right now, and we're just testing the waters. But eventually, if people show enough of an interest, you might have the 3D printing nerd print farm. And if that's successful, it could be that in the Seattle area, if you find yourself in need of filament at 11 p.m. because you're making like crazy and it's Friday night, you might be able to get some. There is a pathway to this, and I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited. Did Carter with a fiver. This is perfect. I'm considering buying the S1 first printer at the end of the month at Micro Center. Thanks for being perfectly awesome. Well, you're just a breath of fresh air, aren't you? Bless your nerd heart, Dave Carter. Miss Liz with the heart. Thanks for modding the channel. I do appreciate it. Andrew Rogers, the 3DPN Auto Filamento mat for all your filament needs. That's exactly it. Finally, before we open this already slightly open box, it was 4 years ago today that I quit my job at Adobe. And so it feels wonderful knowing that right now, you with me, we're celebrating 4 years of full-time content creator employment. And it wouldn't be possible with all of you out there watching the episodes that are made and commenting and financially supporting in various ways, which I've seen. That's not possible without Sean, without David, without Ben joining the team. It's not possible without my wife, Mickey, by my side, helping me accomplish this, what I thought was an impossible dream. So in celebration of 4 years full-time, I suggest you grab whatever beverage is near you for hydration, for caffeination, sláinte. It's just a Diet Coke, hashtag not sponsored.
Oh, but can we be, please?
Now we can get this printer out of the box, and there's a reason that the top is already opened. I haven't gone digging at all. A wooden crate arrived at my house at some point in the past with no visual markings of who it was from or what was inside. And in order to find out what was inside, I opened the top of this wooden crate, and this box was in there. And I couldn't get it out really easily, so I slit the top of the box, and I opened it up, and I saw Creality telling me about their warm tip. And I realized, looking at this extruder here, this right here was the extruder on the Creality Ender 3 S1. Exciting, right? So that's how it came to us. David with a tenner. That's 2 5s. Crowd chants, brick and mortar, brick and mortar. Congrats how far you come. 4 years from the Silicon Valley is amazing. Congrats. Thank you. Thank you, David. Andrew Smith with a 5er towards milkshakes. I do love a good milkshake. Thanks for everything in the team you do. Love you all and keep being awesome. High five. High five to you. Jeff Stevenson with a 5er. Love the channel information. Hoping to find my next printer soon that is just simpler plug and play. That's part of the reason why we do these live streams, because the Creality Ender 3 S1 is in for review, and knowing that it's in for review, part of what this live stream establishes is the condition of the machine after I get it out of the box. Because in a review, I could say, oh, the manufacturer sent it to me damaged, or it was printing amazing right out of the box. And whether or not that's true, backing that up with the evidence of this live stream is, I think, valuable. Plus, if I'm getting it out of the box and assembling it, and people pick up this machine and they want to follow along, they can do that. Inside the box is some packing material. I do love a good packing material. Right on top, we do have a bag of fun. There it is, Ender 3 S1. We have an ample sprig of filament. We shouldn't call it samples. We should call it a sprig of filament, a sprig. Inside is a US power cord. Here is a plastic bracket. It's fantastic. Is this? Oh, look at this. Here's the extruder. Oh, this is interesting. Here, get up on this. Let me know when you're there. Okay. So look at this. This is the new extruder from Creality. This is my first look at it. Everything is connected via this breakout board here. If I turn it over, the heater block actually has a silicone sock over it. The cooling fan for the filament cooler has an injection molded plastic fan duct, and it's got a metal case that holds it on to a custom motor. It says Ender on it, and inside it's got here, this is the extruder arm, and filament goes right in there, and then up top, this is where it connects. So it seems very modular, and what I notice right off the bat, right here, this is not a BL Touch. This is a Creality CR Touch. And while I do admire innovation, just off the top of my head, the CR Touch seems very, very, very similar to the BL Touch that Paris created in South Korea. So I don't know if that's just a copycat or if they've done innovation around it. I don't know as much about the CR Touch as I probably should, but this gives me a chance to investigate. What else is up top here? Oh, we have a spool holder, and the spool holder does have this looks like a filament detector. That's good. Okay, you can explore that. Oh, let's see, there's the axle for the spool. Can we remove level 1? Oh wait, there's something right here. Oh, it's got a touch screen or a knob screen. I don't know if it's touch, but it looks very similar to what an Ender 3 V2 has. And here's a brackety thing. Just to confirm, nothing left in the foam. We are empty. It is interesting to note that the Creality Ender 3 S1 is a bit of a departure from the Ender 3 series. Normally when you think of an Ender 3, you think of the minimum parts needed to make a 3D printer that you can then configure and upgrade and calibrate into something that prints really, really well. And normally you can get those for $150 to $200 US. This Creality Ender 3 S1 is a bit different because it's $450. It also includes upgrades, and it's a much more refined experience from what it looks like. But at the end of the day, it's good to know that the Ender 3 line has seen some upgrades, and you do have the option of choosing this one or one of the less expensive ones. I'm just going to use my giant man hands to pull this out. There we go. I got to make sure everything's out. There's no good way to get a machine out, is there?
Just dump it.
There we go.
No problem.
My thumb is captured. My thumb is now free. So it looks like this is a pretty standard offering for a 3D printer where it has the gantry and you attach it with 2 bolts on either side, plug in some motors, and then you're good to go. And this is auto bed leveling, so hopefully it is good to go. Ooh, magnetic build sheet. It's got, love that noise, flexible steel on the bottom, and on top it has a build tack sort of feel to it. One of the things I really like about Prusa is that the build plate has, there's 2 pegs in the back of the build plate that the sheet kind of keys into, and then you set it down so you know it's always in the same place every time. Not everybody does that, but it's like one of those nice little touches. And so right off the gate, Creality, if you're listening, having a way of slotting or having things in the back so you could just push in your flexible build sheet, plop it down with the magnet and be good to go, I think that would be beneficial in the future. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Awesome. Okay. I guess I could take a look at the instructions.
Yeah.
Boy, they pack a lot into these bags. Here's a quick installation guide. It's probably, oh, it's one of these. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Easy peasy. Okay, I'm going to set that aside because there's other things in the bag. We've got the pancake flipper. We have some stickers, after-sales service card. Never had to use that, but maybe I should. Just sometime. See what it's like. My 27th pair of flush cutters. Really, I mean, they come with every printer, right? Here's a card reader. Here's an ear cleaner. Here's all of the bolts. Ooh, this is kind of nice. Each of the bolts that are needed, the types, are actually kept in separate bags, and so it's not all jumbled together. It's not required, but that's a pretty
Wonderful.
helpful experience.
Yeah.
Doing. We've got some people in here. Look at that. We almost have 500 people. 500 people with 86 likes. Is there any chance we could get it to 200 likes? 200. That's all I'm asking for. Just 200. Because the more people like it, the more YouTube pays attention to it and might put it in front of people that would want to see it. So my ask to you is 200 likes. That's it. No more. Just 200. Easy peasy. Okay, that slots in. Okay, good, good, good. Sweet. So normally how I do this, because I'm on a tabletop here, I will put one side off the edge and attach what is needed, and then flip it over and do the other side. I don't know if you do that, but if you do that, I laugh because I said do. Oh. They included 5 bolts. I wonder if that's just in case you lose one.
Like I did that one time.
You have lost one.
In the machine. Gone forever.
Now,
Also-
typically with these, I do try to utilize the tools that they send with it. And just, no? Oh, there's nothing in there. Okay, I was going to say, just like with the CR6, the tools are in the drawer, but I've got no tools in the drawer. They're actually in a little baggie here. But
Hooray.
I would imagine after I use them, I can put them
In the drawer.
in the drawer.
Yes. Also, we've far surpassed 200 likes.
Hey, 257, not too shabby. Andrew Smith with a 2. What Joel said, like this video. Thanks for reaffirming that. I appreciate that.
Get that.
That's a 2.
Get
That's
that in
a
there.
2. Appreciate that. Obviously, you know, people do give nice super chats here, or they are my Patreon or whatever. And support like that is always nice, but it is never ever required. And so I'm very, very thankful for those of you that do have the capacity to give and help support my efforts. Just getting that all tightened down. Ooh, I do like that. That is a good feel. This is weighty. This has a really good weight to it. I am color me impressed. I am impressed. I'm of the impressed. Come on, get in there. Aha. Just required me to push that in just a little bit. Hey, we're getting there. Hey, while I'm doing this, did you all see that episode where me and some friends made some smelly filaments at Protopasta?
I did.
We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. We had, let's see, 1, 2, we had like 6 people, is that right? 6? And we made smelly filaments. I actually made a really interesting filament that we didn't film. It is a copper filament, and I believe I tweeted it out. But that copper filament hides a little secret that is only seen under a black light because it fluoresces green. It's really cool. I'm talking to Alex at Protopasta. We text back and forth every once in a while, and I'm trying to get him to make a run of this because I think people might find it interesting.
It's pretty sweet.
And so I don't know, we'll see. If I can convince him of that, maybe we'll take some pre-orders or something. But if you're interested in a video on that, I mean, just saying, hey, look, this fluoresces under a black light isn't the most exciting thing. But if we talk about the process and how it's made, and we talk about why it fluoresces, that could be interesting. And if that's something that's of interest to you, let Protopasta know, let me know, and maybe say a comment. DJ Jerry 009, that's 2 after James Bond. MX20. I don't know what MX is. I don't know if is it Mexico maybe? I don't know. Do your research and find out and let me know. But thank you for that, TJ Jerry 009. Oh, this is nice. So there's these cutouts in the circuit board in the back, and they fit. Everything just kind of fits right there. Oh, that's cool. I mean, it's attached via screws. I have screws to do this. I just want you to know that I've assembled an Ender 3, and it's fun-ish. This is completely different. This is where the Ender 3 is an affordable platform to get started into 3D printing. So far, this is like a finished product. This is, you know, that the Focus Odin 5F3. It's currently in for review. But if you remember on that live stream, the box it had looked like something that you would find at Micro Center, at Fry's, at Best Buy, something like that. I could imagine something like this being in that sort of box and appealing to a more mass market audience. I bet that's what Creality is doing. Good on them. I got to follow the install guide. All right, I want to make sure I use the right screws for the right job. Oh, this is cool. The install guide gives you parts. It gives you, it breaks out the board and tells you where all the connectors are and what they do. It tells you what all the connectors are on the back of the extruder. Wow, this is fantastic. I'm happily impressed. This is over here. Goodness, I'm trying to, how the heck did they, oh, okay, all right, right there. There's strain relief. That's really cool. I think that goes in there, doesn't it? I don't know, now I gotta figure it out. Oh, I had it upside down.
That'll do it.
Pardon me. That fits nice. Okay, and that's connected onto that bracket. So that's really nice. Put that in, and, oh, okay, it wants me to attach the screen, and the screen's gonna go on which side? The screen goes on this side. I guess I could have looked. Oh. I almost lost the ear cleaner, or this is like a, I guess a pimple popper. Maybe Sandra Lee, right? Dr. Pimple Popper, maybe she has one of those. Okay, so here's the touch screen. Here's the bracket, and it just slots into place like that. But I guess you can take it off if you want to. I don't know if it's for quick release to be able to handhold it at a different angle, or if it's just their way of attaching it without any sort of permanent attachment, but that's kind of neat. We got some more. The Cyber Hobbit with a fiber. Hey, Joel, always love your videos. Currently on an Ender 3 Pro, looking for an upgrade. Maybe the S1. What's your favorite Star Wars movie? Oh, boy, that's a good question. I really enjoyed Episode 7 when it first came out, because it was like the first part of that trilogy, and it just felt like Star Wars was back. But I mean, I like the original trilogy, the Holy Trilogy, right? The original trilogy, and the prequels are fine, and the end stuff is fine. But I really like what's going on in the Star Wars universe on the show The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett. I feel like I haven't seen the cartoons, but I know they're diving into those that realm and kind of what the cartoons talked about, and just to bringing it to live action and the way that they're telling the story. Oh, I just really love it. So anyway. That's my current jam. Practical printing with a 2. Rumor has it you're giving out Choco Tacos tonight. Oh, false. Sorry. It's not true.
Who said that?
Fix up dude with a fiber. I'll take 2 Choco Tacos. I'll take 2 as well. Revo 91 PL with a 9.99 pounds, I think? I don't know. 9.99? You out of your mind? Love your content, guys. So much joy and positive vibes. Oh, thank you. DJ Jerry 009. That's 2 after James Bond. MX50. It must be Mexico. Maybe? No. Maybe? I don't know. Someone will tell me.
I don't know.
And I got to do the screen. So the screen, let's see. The screen goes right there. Okay, and it's using, it looks like these, maybe?
Sure.
These? Let's see. It's number 18. 18. And there are 4. Yep, that's it. Perfect. I'll attach that. And it's going to be this one. Yes. I'm just going to, I mean, I don't know if this is the right way to do it.
Sure, do that.
But I'm just going to do that. That way I can see things.
Screw in a screw in.
I really like the attention to detail on this. This is I'm just trying to think back, right? Because like I said, I've been doing this full time for 4 years, but I mean, I was doing YouTube and stuff back when I had my job at Adobe, and I remember putting together a machine from Aurorum in Australia called the Wombat, and it was marketed as a 3D printer kit, and it was sent my way, but the kit was more of a, you got pieces and you just had to put them together. There were wires that I had to strip and put into place. It wasn't nearly as refined as this. I just find it amazing how far we've come. Like my G-Max, moving it to this new studio from the old studio, I just put it in the back of my wife's van and drove and then got here and put it into place. And it was easy. It was great. So want all three in there? Say all three. Okay. Oh boy, that's just difficult. Let's put that right there. It's a little bit difficult to put in there. Ugh. Oh, there we go. Looks like I just had to get past a part. Oh, maybe I was cutting threads. Maybe. It's always a good idea to cut the... I mean, sometimes you'll use a screw to cut threads, especially if you're screwing into plastics, right? The screw itself can then cut the threads, but I don't know if I was going into plastic or metal there. I think it was part of the frame. Okay, and then, oh,
Ooh.
yeah. Okay, that's all connected, and then I can, ooh, and it clicks into place. Okay, we've got a really good, that's really well mounted. I am really, really happy about that. So I got this, and in there I put this, and then this goes at the top like this. All right. Oh, I see. Interesting. Oops. I took out the little wire. There we go. If I can. Okay. So that's in. That's connected. Okay, I connected that right. Oh, and now I got to connect up these. Oh, and it told me which screws to use to connect the extruder, which I forgot to do. Boy, wouldn't that have been fun? That'd be easy. Just put that right there. Looks like there's 2 more to put in. The extruder's held on pretty well.
Well, that's good. That's kind of important.
I'm really, really happy about these attachment points. It's really just kind of, does it seem right? Well, I never thought I'd see an Ender 3 priced similarly to a Prusa Mini. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm not saying that's good. Just that's kind of interesting. Got some cables to connect back here. There we go. That's in. Look at that. It's got little plug covers. It's kind of nice. So I know that's going to go there for the Z motor. That looks to be the filament detector. There's a port over here that says expansion interface, and it's PWM for, so it's controllable and it's 24 volts. So looks like you could do some extra stuff with that. That's kind of neat. Oh, I gotta connect all this stuff. Boy, this is a lot. Okay, how did they want me to route this? Yes. How do they want me to do this again? Because it's got to. I remember one time I was watching my buddy Zach Friedman do a live stream, and he had the cable connected kind of over the top like this, and everybody was like, "No, no, no, no! Don't do that! Don't do that!" So he didn't, which is good. He has good live streams. Zach's good people. Okay, this is the holder, yes. Oh, I gotta put it. Oh, I see. Jiminy Christmas.
Good over there?
Yeah, good. There we go. Let's see. How did it go in? This is where it goes. You know, I'll try not putting it into that bracket later, maybe. Maybe that's the problem. Oh, no, it looks like one of the pins is bent. Well, that'll do it. So, let's see if we can't just bring it back a little bit. There we go. That would have sucked. I'm going to tuck this in right here. And I'm going to tuck this in right here. Oh, okay. That worked, and this is locked into place. I do like that. I do like that. Oh. So let's see. This is going to be the X motor, which that's this. And this is for, I would imagine, the end stop, which is going to be right here. Put that in. Oh, there we go. So that way. Everything is nicely tucked into place. That's not going anywhere. All right. It looks like that's it for setup. Well, here, let me clean this up just a bit. Oh, before I do that, Tyler Rodriguez with a $5. High five. Frankly Built, $9.99. Frank, are you out of your mind? Oh my goodness. Frankly Built, I love that dude. Love that dude. Hey boss, just testing one of these myself. Solid performance, but the custom main board and ribbon cable system just killed any and all expandability and easily replacing parts. Oh well, you rock. Frank, you're gonna be 100% correct there, because anytime a company moves more towards a cookie cutter sort of way of delivering a product, obviously they reduce the ability for the user at home to be able to do modular things like upgrades or part replacements. And that's why I know you recommend the CR10 and the Ender 3 and all those, because super easy to upgrade, but I think there's also a pathway for this. And while it's not for everybody, I bet it's for some. I bet it's for some. Marco Rodriguez with a $10, that is 2 5s. Joe, literally paying you $10 right now so I can tell you to get that merch game up. I want a hoodie with the Safety First logo, also a crew neck, maybe some sweats, let me know. Marco, you paid me $10 to say that. I love your face, man. Okay. That's it. David, producer David, if you're watching, prioritize sweatpants and a hoodie. There we go. Look at that. I just did that. Spare parts. Look at that. Oh, this is fun. This is just fun. Do do do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do do do. Do 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 do. I like that. Do do do. Does this go here? No, does it? Where does this go? There's this part here. And I think, like it must. Oh, maybe. Aha! Uh-oh. You all right, dude? Yeah, you can't. You don't want to breathe water. You're not Aquaman.
That's right.
Oh, I was almost singing the Wonder Years theme song because that just had an anniversary. Yeah, did everybody out there? Do you watch the Wonder Years? What would you do if I sang out of tune? Just gonna move these to the side. I don't want to have to. Blah blah blah. Oh, here I got some spare parts here. I do like that they include the spare parts. I think that's super duper handy. Oh, and I do have a much larger bag. Awesome. I'm doing my best to try to be cleaner. That's what I want to do, be a little cleaner. Okay. And, SD card, leave out. Nozzle, spare part. I don't know what this is for. But this is T-nuts. I don't know what it's for. So, in it goes. Spare parts. In it goes. Flush cutters. Leave out. Pancake flipper. Leave out. Sprig of filament. You know the, yeah. There's power cable. Okay. Ooh. I think we're at this point now. This point where we can take a moment. I was just going to say and thank a sponsor, but there's no sponsor. This is 3D printing community sponsored. So. BTR Plumbing $199. I call first print. That's amazing. So listen, raise what you have in front of you, whether it's for hydration, whether it's for caffeination, and toast to the good times. Sláinte.
Just make sure it goes down the right hole.
Right. Look at this. I've got a power solution, and it happens to be just a mighty, a mighty long outlet strip. Normally it's attached to the desk, but I didn't because I was busy, which is okay. Power on.
Go screen.
I want to make sure there's no voltage flipping I need to do, I guess. Right, but it's not. That's why I was lifting it up.
Oh, I see.
Oh, wait.
Is it hidden in there?
I can't see. Let's see. Let me... Just put that right there. It is set to 230 because
Nice.
I knew it. So now what I'm going to do
Gosh, good thing there's no
is
fires
set that to...
in this direction. 110.
get it? I don't think I got it. I need some. There we go. It's better. It's probably use product tools. That looks promising. I'm not gonna lie to you. That looks really promising. Yes.
Nice.
Wait, I don't need those. Power on.
Nice.
There we go.
See it.
This is much, much better. I'm just gonna. Okay, that's remote prepare. Can I? I'm just gonna auto home.
There we go. Oh.
That's okay.
Yep.
That's right. Okay. I get the feeling auto home moves Z up a little bit,
It wasn't already as up as it could go?
and it was up as far as it could go.
Gotcha.
Wow, the CR Touch. Look at that. That little probe there. It's like a metal probe. Interesting. Yeah, functions just like a BL Touch. What do you know? Right. Well, we got some stuff here. Hybotics 628. That is 2 pi. Hey, Joel, I have an Ender 5 Plus now and love it. I gave my Ender 3 V2 away. Good for you. I knew you were having some problems with it. Jacob Sylvester with DKK 100. That's 100 DKKs. Donkey Kong Country. I'd love to keep watching, but it is 3:30 a.m. here in Denmark. I know it's not Donkey Kong Country. Here's 15 for the Skittles and Milk Duds. Ah, bless your nerd heart, Jacob. Brian Vines, $5.99. You out of your mind? Hold that power strip up like a sword and say, I have the power. And there's your daily dose of Brian Vines and dad jokes. That is brilliant. Just brilliant. Boy, I guess we're just going full send, right? I know we got to load filament. So, I have some random orange PLA. I'm just going to stick it up there for now.
It didn't come with
Coming up, no, I didn't come with that. Coming up Saturday, you're going to see this. Ooh, this is in collaboration with Pooch at Repcord, a new way of holding filament. And it involves French cleats because he effing loves French cleats.
Sure does.
And it involves filament, which I happen to have a lot of. And if you've seen any of my recent TikToks, you may know what I'm talking about. But this system and its build, all the notes are going to be released by Pooch as open source. And it has 3D printable parts, it has laser cutting parts, and you can choose one or both of the other. It's just a really innovative, really functional way. And it's more of like it's an upgrade to what I did a number of years ago. So I hope you enjoy what we've got coming for you this Saturday at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Heck yeah.
Load that filament through here. Okay. And just kind of set it in here for now. Just don't go anywhere. I'm going to preheat. Preheat PLA. There we go. Oh wait, that's the settings. Okay, so there, preheat PLA. That's kind of neat. So within the menu system itself, it does have the settings for bed temp, fan temp, and nozzle temp. Bed temp, fan speed, and nozzle temp for PLA, and then you can actually configure those or change those so that when you go to preheat for PLA or ABS or whatever, you can actually have proper settings. So here's what's interesting. If you don't do a lot of ABS printing, which I know is a lot of you, but you do PETG printing, then you can change the ABS settings to PETG settings. Kind of fun. I like it. The SD card goes in right here, upside down. Also, the USB connection is USB-C.
What?
USB-C. So we are now living in the future. Hybotics 314, that's 1 pi. Have some pi on me because you remembered. Aw. Well, Hybotics, right? March 14th is Pi Day because March is the 3rd month and the 14th day. So 3.14, Pi Day, right? But June 28th is Tau Day. Tau is 2 pi because June is the 6th month. And on the 28th day, it is Tau Day. So Pi Day is March 14th. Tau Day is June 28th. Make a note of it.
Good to know.
Tau Day. Tau Day.
I want a towel. What's a towel?
I'm going to push this through. Looks like they tested with red filament.
Oh, yep.
That's not so bad. Seemed to be loaded there. Oh, it had to go to its people. Let's see. You know, I should probably... I don't know. I'm not going to wipe anything down. We're going to see if it sticks. People are probably screaming, but it's fine. It's fine. So prints, let's see. Shake hands, rabbit, handle, cat, bit, ender, Z. Oh, and videos. Okay.
No videos.
Let's do
create
cat.
Sure.
What, the cat?
Creality cat?
I have no idea. It's just cat. It's just cat.
Lucky cat?
I don't know. It's just
Lucky
cat.
cat.
It's just cat. So now I did select it. It looks like it's using standard PLA settings. Okay.
Oh, it's moving. Like a level procedure?
No. Okay, it's going to do something. I don't know if it's going to automatically do a level, so I guess we're going to find out. Okay, what you doing? Does have belt tensioners on Y and on X. It's kind of handy.
Is it just heating up, or?
I don't know. Let me take a look. So it looks like it's at temperature on the nozzle. It's at temperature on the bed. Oh, there we go. Okay. Spit out a little bit. There we go. Well, level seems pretty good. It's not even doing a level, but
All right.
get over here. There we go.
It did not do a level at all.
No, it didn't. It didn't, but everything's sticking, and it says Z is at 0.2, and it feels like 0.2. So we'll see if it stays on the bed. Things look to be sticking appropriately, and it doesn't look like it's over extruding, and it doesn't look like the lines are too far apart or too close. So let's see what happens. I don't know.
Sure.
I mean, we'll have you along for the ride. It's making some squares. That's fun. Squares are good. How's the chat? Hey, chatters. 715 people. Hot bananas. Hot bananas. Let's move this over here. I got to tell you, these little USB card readers that 3D printer manufacturers include are wonderful because you get one nearly with every machine, and then you just throw them in the drawer, because when you forget your card reader at home, or you have a machine that can't take micro SD, you can now do that. And unless you're on a newer Mac, then you don't have a machine that can take regular USB, so you have to get yourself an adapter.
Indeed.
It's, let's see, it might be a little too far away from the bed. That's, the offset, okay. Is that what is there a baby stepping? I don't know if there's, baby stepping. I don't know if you can baby step. So we'll just see what happens. Everything will be okay. I didn't even do a leveling procedure. All right, I'm bringing this over. There we go. Hey, chat. David Randolph, Nero 3D, YOLO, some conditions apply. I don't know what that's in reference to, but I'm excited to find out. 3D printing professor, the belt's longer than in my intro. What? Oh, probably belt printers. Ivan Ra 48, hello from Argentina. I love you, high five. I love you back, and return 5. Lakshan, 3D printing nerd, how many printers do you actually have? Oh boy. So in the storage area over here, we probably have a few dozen that are between open, not open, waiting to be opened, currently opened, just delivered, currently printing. In Studio B, Room B, I don't know, whatever we're calling that room, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe? And then on the second story, we have 1, 2, 3 at the moment. And then back at the old studio, which we still have, there are a dozen, I think, back there. I think a dozen. Tim Donnelly, $2.22. Well, it is today. It is today. February 2nd. February is I'm going to explain it. February is the second month of the year, and it's the second day, and it is 2022, the year. So if you were to write day, month, year, 2/2/22. If you were to write month, day, year, it's 2/2/22. So it's just today. I love it. Brian Vines, $5.99. You are again out of your mind. Double pie is too much for me to remember. I'm going to throw in the towel. All right, everybody, just everybody, we're done. That's the end of humanity.
Wow.
At this moment. That's amazing, and I'm just I don't even know what I'm doing with my life at this point. Jeez, Brian. David with a tenor. Hey, Joel, how do you update the firmware on the Creality CRX? I can download the firmware, but I lost on how to remove the old firmware and load up the new. Would appreciate your help. Thanks. Thanks for the 10. That's 2 5s. I do appreciate that. As far as the firmware on that machine goes, I don't know. I believe that machine is probably older than firmware updates via SD card. Ugh. But it could be that you plug a USB cable into it, and depending on the main board, you run a flashing utility, I think. I don't know. The CRX I haven't had for years, so it's been a while. But if it's the same as other Creality machines, it's flashing the firmware over USB, which shouldn't be too difficult. I think there's a utility called AVR Dude. That sounds familiar. Oh boy, it's been a while. Thanks for the tenor. But if anybody in chat knows about the CRX and the way you update the firmware on it, please let David know. Damien, 2EOTXE. It's the third day here in the UK. So it's either 2322 or 3222. It's in the UK, it's day, month, year. So it's 3222. That's fun to say. Teresa, but it's the 3rd of February. You guys live in the future. EJ, have you ever printed with PETE? P-E-T-E. What are the major issues, if any, compared to PLA? I don't know the filament PETE. I know PETG, and I know PET, but I don't know if PETE. I don't know if PETE, but typically any of the PET, PETX, PETG, I believe is easier to print than standard PET because it adds glycol to the mixture, which aids in printing and lowers the temperature at which you print. I think PETG's PET, general rule of thumb, is you increase your hot end temperature a little bit and you increase your bed temperature a little bit and you should be good to go. They are a bit more hygroscopic than PLA, so you do have to worry about moisture absorption. If you have your filament stored in an HVAC controlled area, you're probably okay for a little bit, but it does, PETG is one of those things where drying does help. There we go. Boy. AIM 6 Max, thanks for the then dollars. I bet you meant 10, but sorry, can't help. Ha ha ha. I don't have the answers to everything, man, but I tried, and it's one of those things where if the CRX is still similar to other Creality machines of the era, then what's going to happen is firmware updates are going to happen via a USB connection to a computer, and there's a utility run to flash it, but I did reach out to the chat, so ha 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 on you. Is that how that works? Andrew Osmond with a $5. That's a high five. Thank you, Andrew. That's really kind of you. Resonated Chain 6. Boy, that took a while. I missed the beginning. What is the story behind this printer? This is the Ender 3 S1. It's a very next gen sort of Ender 3. So if you think of an Ender 3, you're going to get it for $150 to $200 US. It's going to be the minimum parts you need to make a decent 3D printer and something that's going to allow you to upgrade, customize, or repair easily. The Ender 3 S1 is like an evolution of the Ender 3, so it's more productized. It's got filament detection, it's got auto bed leveling, it's got a nice color screen, it's got tensioners on X and on Y, it's easy to assemble, it's a completely different extruder, and it's just a more well-rounded experience. It's just much more well-rounded. John, how do you like it so far, 3D Printing Nerd? I like it. I like it a lot. I'm excited to put this into the review queue. Dacovan with 501. That's a high five and a penny. High five and a penny. I haven't said that in forever. How hot is that Caution Hot sticker?
Don't touch it.
Where's the Caution Hot sticker?
Probably the yellow one on the front here.
On the fan? Oh. Not hot. I mean, it's warm. It's warm. It's warm. I'm going to build that cat. Oh, the screen dims. We're at 3%, everybody. 3%. 3%.
Is that so? There's no.
Wait, Frank Forrester. Yeah, but does it play Doom? Oh, my childhood. I love it. Tim Donnelly. $5.99. Are you out of your mind?
Yes.
Is leaving PETG in dry box with silica gel enough between prints to keep your PETG healthy? Super duper good question. And here's the answer. Depends. So leaving it in a dry box with silica gel is a very efficient way of keeping the moisture out. It's not going to really take moisture out of the PETG. You're going to need to actively dry that. But here's the thing. If you have PETG and you keep it in a dry box with silica gel and you print with it and it prints fine, then yes, it is totally working for you. And I would suggest keep doing that. However, if for some reason it's not printing fine and you're using that method, you might need to actively dry your PETG before printing with it. And then if that fixes your issue, then you can put it in the dry box with the silica gel because you will have inserted a mostly dry filament. If you take a wet filament and you put it in a dry box, it doesn't dry. Like, I think you need active heating in order to dry filaments. I think. NLTMW, Dacovan, ask him what that sticker tastes like. No, Mike, no. You are Canadian and I love you, but no. No. DB3D Dan with a 2. That's twos. That's a 2. That's a tour. There it is. That's for you, Dan. Sorry it's not 5 or pi, but you are awesome. No, you are awesome. I finally got to meet DB3D Dan at Murph last year in the flesh. It's like a brother from another mother. Nice. Love that dude. He's a good dude. I would suggest, if you do get the chance and can safely do so, go to whatever the next meetup is that DB3D Dan will be at and ask for a hug. He's a good hugger. A good hugger. Matt B. Also, I got my Viper for $269 shipped. Just saying. That's a really, really good point because if you think about it, the Ender 3 S1 is competing with the Anycubic Viper. And the Anycubic Viper is a great machine. It has, I believe it has filament detection. It does bed leveling with the nozzle. It's got a color screen. It's got a good build surface. And it does print really, really well. And to get that sort of machine for $269, what's to say that the $200 surcharge on this machine is going to make it worth for you? And that's what I have to aim to find out, because that'd be a good comparison right there. Doug Wolf for the $5. I'm working on G-Tech Mi Creator 2 for a friend. I'll stick with my Ender 3 V2. But is there anyone with Mi Cre 2 troubleshooting experience? Oh, well, thanks for the 5. hopefully you gave me that 5 to have me mention that out loud. And so if everybody could help out Doug Wolf, if you have experience in MeCre 2, give him a shout because I don't. Mellow with a 5er. My Ender 3 Pro board broke. So I got this one a few days ago, loving it. It has all the upgrades I put on the Ender 3 pre-installed with a hardy face. That's fine. You know, a lot of people, there's two camps of people when we talk about these sort of 3D printers. More than two camps, but here, let me explain. So there's the one camp that says, get the Ender 3, bare bones, and then take it apart, put it together, whatever, learn about it, and then upgrade it, because that's going to tell you all you need to know as far as further upgrades, fixing or repairing or helping others. But then there are the camps that get what an Ender 3 is, but with all the upgrades, such as this, because they just want something that works. And I think both ways of thinking are completely valid. How's this looking? Look at that. Oh, is that an overhang? Is that? Okay, that's just showing off. Holy moly. I like that. That's fun. That is fun. Kyle Longstaff at Joel, I'm late. Is it good? Well, it is so far. It is good. We didn't even do a leveling procedure when we got it out of the box. We started printing. So if stuff doesn't stick to the bed, there is a chance that it's my own darn fault. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Michelle Pine, hey Doug, I can help you. Sweet, look at that. That's the internet community coming together to help. I love it. I love it. Folks Bugley, hi, just tuned in. Would love to see a fly around of the printer. We'll be able to do that in the review that we have on this machine, and we'll give you a complete tour from every side. But for now, the side you get is this one. I don't want to move it. I don't want to move it. I mean, I'll open the drawer. Oh, look, it's got magnets in it. Remember in the, what was the one? Was it the Viper? I don't know. One of them had the magnets that were backwards. And I had to forcefully remove them. Steven Daldo, NZ5. That's 5 NZs. Nero 3D and RCF spoilt slow printers for me. I'm like, hurry. I know. Man, I've got a Voron 0.1. I've got a Voron, most of the parts for a Voron 2.4, and I've got a bare upgrade for the Prusa machines from Sacred 3D. And I still have that Voron-esque machine that the 14-year-old built. I emailed him and his mother a few times to try to send it back to him, but they haven't responded. So maybe we just upgrade it. Maybe that's a fast one. Nero 3D, how you liking the new studio so far? I love it. There's more room. It's comfortable. It's peaceful. It's really close to a lot of really good things. It's easy to get to. It's just nice. It's really, really nice. Look, if you ever make your way to Seattle, man, I made sure the studio had room where a guest could stay. So I do have a bed here for people that visit.
And also for naps.
It's also for a nap. 1X Joel X3. Joel, here, other Joel. Still have the old review printers around. Ultimaker, Raise 3D, etc. Some of them. The Ultimakers I gave away because they were 285 filament, and I was getting rid of all the 285 filament machines that I had. The Raise machines, let's see, the N2 Plus went to Pooch down at Repcord. It was originally with Jerry Berg, Barnacle, and then he jammed the extruder, so Pooch drove his Tesla up to pick it up and drive it back down. The Pro 2 Plus is actually in the other room, printing something for a future video. And the E2 is actually printing parts that are relevant to the video that comes out Saturday. Other review machines I do give away just because I don't need as many of them, but I always have to be wary about who I give them to because I don't want to I don't want to give away machines and then have to do constant tech supporting. I want to make sure that the machines go to people who are sort of hungry and want to learn this, and they only call me in the case of emergencies. So that is kind of my thinking when it goes towards review machines. Obviously, if a machine for a review comes in and I like it a lot, then I'm just going to add it to the army. I might, in fact, those are the kind of machines I might be able to put on the upcoming print farm. Yeah, I mean, it's everything's fair game. Whether I continue to use them or I give them away, they do find homes. Oh, we got some stuff coming in here. Andrew Smith with a $5. Thank you to this entire community. The last 2 years have been hard working from home and not having many people to talk to. Love you all. Well, Andrew Smith, love you right back. It's really fun that I, as a creator, get to connect with everybody out there. You're like my people. So I love that the live streams can happen because we do have this live sort of interaction. I know Chris Perillo really talks about the Twitch TV and streaming on Twitch. Him and Loyal and others do a lot of 3D printing themed Twitch streams, and I know that we do have a room here dedicated for streaming, and so we'll be able to do some Twitch streams there. Whether it's and those will be fun because whether they are 3D printing related or they are not 3D printing related, the streams will have a lot of really fun stuff on them, and I'm excited to do that. Hobby Hands with a 2, waiting on improved belt 3D printers. Any news? That's capital news. I do have still the Sane Smart Infi 20. That's currently in the storage room over here, and I haven't had a chance to use it much, but now that we have the new studio space, it and other machines are gonna see the light of day now again, thank goodness. I have 3 different Creality CR30 machines, and I'm jealous of all the people who show off these amazing prints from these machines. After we did the project for Neil Patrick Harris with the frames, all 3 of my CR30s started behaving really weird. Whether the prints weren't good or just in the middle of a multi-day print, they would stop and reset themselves. I have no idea what was going on, but I have the pre-Kickstarter one, which is the 8-bit board. I have a stock retail one that I got from Pooch. No, that Creality sent me, and then I bought one from Pooch that we then upgraded with the LDO motors and the linear rail and have a community firmware on there. And I think the community firmware might be on the retail one as well. Either way, the CR30s, I really need to get some time with them because they're just not performing very well, and they've failed a lot of prints, and I don't know why. I'll try to reach out to Creality and find out. Beyond that, I don't know of many other belt things going on, so I don't know. We'll find out. The Inappropriate Maker with a $5 just got a Sidewinder X2, and I have no regrets. That's really, really good to hear. So the Sidewinder X2 is currently in the review queue here, and we're getting prints done on it. It was in use for a project that we have coming up, but it has since been pulled away from that project just to get the review prints done so that we have that set. But it's performed really well. There was 2 issues with it. One was the USB stick just died for some reason, and it wouldn't read it. I have no idea. But also, during one print for the Dice Tower that I did, the printer just froze for no reason. I don't know why. And then I rebooted it, started again, and it's been fine ever since. It's been producing some incredible prints. For some reason, it just works, and it works really well. And so I really like the X2 so far, and obviously we'll see what happens in the final review. Samus129 streaming, 3D printing nerd, any plans on building a rat rig? Not currently. I currently need to build the machines and the kits that I have before I approach other ones. So like I said, I've got the Voron 0.1, 2.4. I've got the Bear upgrade kit. Then I want to take the Prusa Mark II, and then I also have a farm bot. So this spring, we're going to get the farm bot going, and we're going to have automated farming. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. J. David, 3D printing nerd, get a white knight to stream. I don't think Carl would give up his white knights. Those were amazing machines. The way that, like, his print quality was fantastic. The way that he did the wiring was wonderful. So he's like hot rods and custom cars sort of stuff. And so the way he thinks about things and routing stuff is similar to the way that they route, pipes and wires in the cars that he does, builds on or uses. And it was a beautiful machine. It printed really well. The belt was custom. He made the whole thing in Microsoft 3D build. It's just amazing. If Carl ever lets me borrow one, sure, I'll get one in here. But otherwise, probably not so much. Okay, that's all the traction engine production. 3D printing nerd. How do I get on the list to get the review machines? There is no list for that at the moment. I know my wife has given a few away to her friends who wanted to give them to their kids for Christmas. I've given them away to friends and school districts. I've donated a few in other ways. Tinkers, Keith, when he used to work for Protopasta, now he works for E3D. I donated some to him because he just likes to pull things apart and put things together and see what happens.
Really, you got to be in the area.
Well, not exactly. I mean, it's not so much in the area, but there's no list. So just don't think about there being a list. It's just
Right.
It's not something to think about. Volks Bugley. Hey, you got to become a member. Thank you. Becoming a member here on YouTube is one of the ways that people can support the channel and support me and what I'm doing. What's kind of interesting, members on YouTube are also a part of the High Five group, and so they get access to After the Five, the show I produce about the show. So we call it After the Five Director's Cut. And so what I do is I load up the last video. So like tonight or tomorrow, I'm recording the After the Five for the smelly filament video we just did. And I load it up and I put up my webcam and we kind of do a director's commentary, and I give you a behind the scenes peek at the process or maybe some funny stories along the way. And that's what members here on YouTube get. And the $5 and over Patreon people and people on the website and the float payment. It's kind of cool. So being member on YouTube is another way of supporting what I do and getting a little bit of extra. Whoo! Brand B, me and my me. There's some Amazon affiliate links in the description. Yes, those are, I use affiliate links because why not, right? But the affiliate links go to the Ender 3 S1 on Amazon from a few different sellers, and the prices are like $429, $439. And so we're looking at an over $400 3D printer, which makes it compete in categories that an Ender 3 wouldn't normally compete. So it's exciting to see. Guerrero 5280, first time catching a live. What is up? Well, shoot. What is up? Glad you could catch a live. We have a lot of fun around here. We got this out of the box. It's printing, and now we get to chat about really cool stuff. Shenanigans. What's up, buddy? Shenanigans. My buddy Sean is awesome.
I know.
And he's a maker himself. Say hi. Everybody say hi to Shenanigans. Everybody say hi. Let's see. Rancid Dog Farts. Boy, that is a username, isn't it? I wonder how the machine noise is without YouTube algorithm removing noise and isolated mics. Well, here, watch this. So I've got, here's my mic. Here's my mic right here. And now it's right next to the machine, like right next to the machine. The fan makes a noise. Here, I'm going to go down here. The fan makes a noise, but it's not so bad. So now, here we go. So here's, the microphone is now an arm's length away, and here's what the sound is. It's not so bad, right? Most printers do sound like engines because of that fan running. But here we go. So this machine is part of a class of machines that probably can't be in the room with you 3D printing if you need it quiet. Was the dragon complete? Ooh, so right now I've got a TikTok live stream going on a dragon. And so I don't know. If you go to TikTok to me right now, you can see a finished dragon on the live stream. That's kind of fun. Hot diggity. Do you want to see? Okay, if you want to see the dragon, it is a nebula dragon, a nebula rose dragon. If you want to see it, let me know in the comments here. And if there's enough comments here, I can go pull it from the bed. I'll stop the TikTok live stream. I'll pull it from the bed and show you because it's pretty darn cool. But only if you want to see it. You have to let me know. Wow. Look at that. I love the look at that extruder. No, not yet. No. Yeah? Sweet. That's great, right? Get it, get it. Okay. Okay. I've heard enough comments. I'm going to go get it. No, I'm going to go get it. I am walking up to it.
There.
Hey, everybody. Oh, it's done. Okay, so now I got to stop the live stream. Hot diggity. All right, let's get this off the build plate. Oh, yeah. Woo-hoo! Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. It's so nice. It's so nice. Just got to get these. There we go. Okay. There we go. Can you see it? This is the Rose Dragon. This is in Protopasta Nebula filament. And this is, man, this looks gorgeous. So what I'm doing, so this is from model maker Cinderwing 3D. I am a Patreon supporter, which gives me a license to sell the prints. And what I'm doing is printing the dragons that they've created, the Rose Dragon, the Crystal Dragon, the Landslide Dragon, the whatever other dragon. But I'm trying to print them in interesting filaments because then I'm adding them to my Etsy shop. And so this one will go up there, but look at how gorgeous this is. Look at that. Ooh. I will put this up tonight. Oh man, that is gorgeous. Jeez. I'm gonna put it right here for good luck. It's no Falcor, but I'll say this dragon's good luck. Because Falcor's a luck dragon, right?
Yes.
There we go. Oof. That is good. Oh. Man. Forget the dragon. I want to know about the giant minifigure that was on the stream. Okay, I'll be right back. Let me go get it. I can't wait to tell you this story. This is such a good story. It feels so good.
We can't show them that yet.
It feels so good. What do you mean? I've already tweeted about it. I can show it.
All right. It's coming in a future episode.
Well, yeah, that's fine.
Is it?
It's totally fine. There it is. There it is.
Hold.
I'm just going to put it right there. Okay. So that FDAV POC, is it legal to sell those? It is if you are a Patreon supporter of Cinderwing 3D, which I am.
Joel Crouch.
Look at that. That is a Lego minifig. So that is from Twitter user Maxifigs. Maxifigs? Right? Maxifigs.
I think so, yeah.
And it is amazing. So this is one of the cool things that I got for the Fan Mail Friday. So originally Fan Mail Friday was going to be last Friday, but I had a lot of technical issues. I couldn't get it edited in time, and I just said it's going to be next Friday. So this Friday, you'll get to see me take this out of a box, and I'll tell you all the details about it as I do, but it is amazing. It is just amazing. Oh, it is. The person that made this is a wonderful human, and I'm so thankful that they did this because it just brightened my day. And it just gave me a huge smile on my face. Look at that. It's got the hoodie, pants, shoes, glasses. Oh, so good. Someone asked about the filament for the Dragon. This is in Nebula from Protopasta. Nebula. Oh, were you getting that?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep, there
you go. That's Nebula. Nebula from Protopasta.
Not to be confused with Karen Gillan.
Right. Mr. Sonic Dashify with a tenner. That's 2 5s. Cool to see the new Ender working. Been looking at Creality options in the office. Hope to catch up over lunch sometime. Also wanted to share support. Keep being awesome, Diego. Bless your heart, Diego. Thank you so much for the 2 5s. I love it. Okay, we'll put you over here because your time in the spotlight is Friday. Dark. 3D printing daddy in Lego form.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. It really is amazing. The stuff that people sent for this first Fan Mail Friday of the year is just amazing.
It's incredible.
It's just so amazing, and I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful. Oh, that dragon is just, yeah, that dragon's going up. Hot diggity. The Basic Painter. How do I send something to you for Fan Mail Friday? For Fan Mail Friday, what you do is go to the description of any video, look for the address. What you looking for?
There's a kajigger in the back here. In the leg.
Oh, yeah.
It must be his, like,
It's a stamp or something.
yeah, little maker coin thing or his logo. I don't know.
Why'd you take my dragon?
I wanted to look at it.
Oh, okay.
Pretty.
Hybotics, $5.99. What filament was that dragon printed in? Because it would not let me spend just $3.14. Sorry. That is Nebula from Protopasta. And
That's gorgeous, man. Holy
I
cow.
bought 32 spools of it because I want to print these. Thank you. I want to print a lot of these different dragons in the filament. So with Mother's Day coming up, I just thought moms would like a rose dragon made out of Nebula filament. And so that's one of the things.
Man, Mother's Day, jeez.
That's one of the
You're
things.
like 3 months out.
Sure.
More
Hey,
than
you
that.
know what? You gotta buy early.
Better to me than planning stuff, that's for sure.
David, 420 upvotes. Take a dab.
Oh, you were on screen.
Okay, do it again.
You're on screen.
There we go. You dab on it, right? Is that how I did it? Did I get it? Did I get it? No? No?
It's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but it's fine.
Hi, Joel. Do you have a fan email? I'd like to shoot you a few thank you words. Thank you. I don't have a fan specific. Many people, so I have a business email that's available on YouTube where people can contact me, and it's for business inquiries, but a lot of people use it for other things. I can't guarantee that that stuff will get to me through there, but there's a good chance someone will read it and send it my way. So if you want to, you can send something through there, but I don't have a fan specific email. I'm sorry. 421, no more dabs. Okay, no more dabs. No more dabs. Hey, Paul Cumber. How you doing, brother? Haven't seen you in forever. I hope you're doing well. Mixmaster Jayon. Hey, thanks for the content. Hey, thanks for watching. Really, I mean, I really love making the content, but what really touches my heart is when people watch the content. So if you're going to keep watching the content, then I'm going to keep making the content. With a big old smile on my face. Pritcher Prun, caress that like button. Brand B, $3.14. Tell your favorite dad joke. All right. What did the farmer say when the farmer lost his tractor? I lost my tractor.
I hate you.
So that was it. I mean, I'm not going to win any awards with that, but, you know. So this is looking really good. This print is looking phenomenally good. And the best part is, before this stream, I said, Sean, what color are we going to print with? And I was like, green. And he's like, orange or yellow or whatever. And we picked this one. It is a no-name It is a no-name PLA, and it's batch number 19A050553, whatever that means. But it's printing gorgeously. Like that is a great model that it's doing. And the overhang on the little thing on the, it just looks great. Printer Prawn, when does a bad joke become a dad joke? When it becomes apparent. Whew! Let's just, we'll try that one on. Ooh, that's amazing. Matt Croson, Dragons in High Five Blue. So in the Etsy shop, I do have a few crystal dragons in High Five Blue. They look amazing. So there's a link in the description to the Etsy shop. And the Etsy shop is kind of like the proving ground I'm using to stand up my print farm. And if I can successfully sell items through Etsy, then we stand up the print farm and we go full send. And so there's a link in the description. Go check it out. There is a crystal dragon in High Five Blue, and it looks amazing. So just be warned. John Stern, this is the worst benchy I've ever seen. I see what you did there. This is the Good Luck Cat, or the Creality Cat, or whatever we call it, right? So that's the model that it's printing. And it's always interesting to me because it's always hollow, which is great because it's going to speed up some print times since you don't have to do a lot of infill. But it still takes a phenomenal amount of time to print because it's not like thin-walled vase mode. It's just, each wall is a couple extrusion lines thick, then some. So it has to do a couple perimeters on the outside and the inside, and then do a little bit of infill. So it actually takes a lot longer. Like they could simplify it by shrinking the walls a little bit, so it's just perimeter extrusions and no infill. That's just me. Or maybe they're doing that and I just don't know what I'm talking about. There is that chance. Ryan Vines, $5.99. Here we go. So I just want to make sure everybody. Okay, here we go. Brian Vines is the king. Like he sits on the throne. All right. A lumberjack was about to cut down a tree. The tree said, "Wait, don't cut me down. I'm a talking tree." The lumberjack said, "And you will die a log."
Terrible.
Like that's amazing, Brian.
It's peak fiction.
That is amazing. The only thing more glorious than that joke is your hair.
It's true.
I just want you to say that. That was Art Overkill 3D. You got to go. See you later. Hey, see you later. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for joining us. I really appreciate it. 642 concurrent viewers. We're at 449 likes. See if we can get it to 500.
500.
That's 51 more likes. See if you can do it. That would be fantastic. David Randolph, what did the cannibal say to the judge when asked if he was innocent? Your Honor, if you are what you eat, then I am an innocent man. Nero 3D, what printers are you using for the farm? Right now, what I'm allocating to the farm are printers that I've purchased myself or printers that have been in for review, had the reviews published, and are currently still in my possession that I want to keep. So that means a plethora of them. I can tell you the Daedalus, the Prusa Mark IIIS that I purchased from Sacred Print, the guy that does the laser etchings. I can tell you that the Artemis from CMC is probably going to be a part of it. I may put the Prusa Mini there because the one that I have is the one that I bought and paid for. I may pick up other machines. I know Uncle Jesse really likes the Elegoo Neptune 2. I also like the Anycubic Viper, and so we'll see if we can't outfit that. And the goal is to start a little bit small at first and then ramp up as need be. And if we can make enough, if we get large enough orders, then the profits from those can be used to further outfit the farm. I know Pooch really has a great farm with a bunch of Prusa Mark IIIs on it, including one on the ceiling. But that is a bit of an initial investment that I cannot allocate. So we're going to utilize what is currently here and then augment from there. That's the goal. Big Jano with a $5. What's up, buddy? Just don't forget, Joel, there are 3 types of people in this world. Those who can count and those who cannot. It's getting dirty in here. That's all I'm saying. Morton Upshot. I will only use the printers I have and want to use. Is that deep? I thought I said something about the printers that I purchased, right? So there are a number of machines that I've actually paid money for because I wanted to buy them and support the people that created them. And those are machines that definitely will be allocated to the farm, just because I know that I spent my money on them, and so I can do that. Beyond that, it's on a printer by printer basis. But there's I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Shane Bumpers, you're going to do a Prusa XL with the multi-thing on it. I did pre-order one. So, a funny story, we were in Frankfurt, Germany when Prusa announced it, and we were able to pre-order one before it went live because we knew the URL as Prusa was typing up the blog post. And so hopefully my pre-order was one of the first and we're able to get one in. But I did, I went full out and purchased the big one.
The big one, yeah, me too.
So that'll be interesting.
All 5.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It's 5, right?
Fixing it, I think so. Yeah. Fixing it blind. Have you used a Sunhoki i4? I have not. I have not. John Fritz, every time you light your lighter gets lighter. Ooh.
Told this to you already, but the world is 70% water.
Yeah.
None of that is carbonated water. So technically, the
Earth is flat. That's right. That's a good one. I like that one. There was one in here. Where did it go? Morton Upshot. There are 10 types of people in this world. Those who know binary and those who don't. That is one of my favorites.
Nice.
Blake with a 20. That's 4 5s. Just got here late. Sad face. Can I get a quick recap of initial impressions? Yes. Matt B with a 2. Thanks for all you do in the Mark III S Plus I won last month. Congrats on winning that. All right, Blake, here we go. Getting it out of the box was really easy. The parts were well organized, and a lot of the screws, the nuts and bolts and stuff were in individual bags, which meant they weren't just gathered all in one big blob, and so it was easy to pick and choose what was needed. It was packaged well. It went together really easy, and the instructions for assembly were great. It also gave you a pinout on the board and a pinout on the extruder, so you kind of know what wires and what plugs were responsible for what things. It has auto bed leveling with the CR Touch, but we didn't do any of the auto bed leveling beforehand. We just hit go, and it seems to be working pretty well. There is a drawer up front. There are belt tension adjusters on Y and on X. It does have a filament runout sensor, and like I said, it does have the CR Touch for bed leveling. The initial impressions are pretty high on this machine, but like we discussed earlier, it is an Ender 3 that is $430 some odd US. And so it's a departure from the standard Ender 3 frame and platform that Creality has because it's not as modular, it's not as easy to upgrade. But if you're looking for an Ender 3 sized machine, or you want something that just is going to work out of the box, I believe that's their intention with this. And so far, it is proving that to be a functional point. So there we go. I hope that helps. Brian Vines, $5.99. There are 10 kinds of people in the world, those who can convert binary to decimal and those who can't. That's a spin on that. I like that, Brian. You're still king. I love you. Darth Platitude with $9.99. Are you out of your mind? Hey, bro, I just bought a Ruby nozzle. Do I use it all the time or only for special filament? Ruby nozzles are kind of interesting. I was able to review one, and I had it on my Ultimaker 2 Plus. It's a great nozzle. really, the characteristics of it let you print any material. It's very abrasive resistant. And so whether you're punching some crunchy CF or glass fiber things, or whether you're just putting through some smooth PLA, it should work just fine. If you find that printing standard materials, non-abrasive materials, aren't working as well for you as with a non-ruby nozzle, then don't use it for those. But in my experience, the ruby nozzle was able to print PLA, PETG, ABS, and crunchy materials just fine. And so it should work just for you. Like it's not like sending PLA through it is going to degrade it any. So I wouldn't worry about it, and I would just print with it. I'd say you should be good to go. Blake with a $5. Also, are you going to test the laser attachment for this printer when it goes live? Thanks for the $5. I don't know the answer to that. Creality hasn't reached out to me about the laser attachment, and so I don't know if that's in the future. However, if they do reach out, I think it would make an interesting piece of content because it is a factory-supplied laser attachment, much like how Snapmaker does it, but from Creality, and I think there's some interest there. So that would be kind of good. Okay, now I'm really leaving. Sure, have a good night. John Stern, lasers plus eyes equals danger. It's true. That's why you have to wear proper eye protection when around lasering things. The basic painter, any advice on an Anycubic Chiron? Ooh, I've never actually, Chiron or Chiron?
Chiron.
Is it Chiron? I haven't actually made any prints using a Chiron. I don't think I've ever had one. So I'm not one to give good advice on that machine, but I mean, it depends on the issues you're having, if you're having any issues. The Astador. Hi, did you ever use an orbiter extruder? I did not. Dark. What about making food-safe prints? Boy, that's an interesting thing, isn't it? As an example, I made cookie cutters out of PLA material, and that's what people bought when I had those originally in my Etsy shop. What's great about cookie dough is you can clean it off of things with warm water and generally be okay. And it's for home use. And honestly, if you ever had to worry about it, it's like 20 cents worth of plastic. You can recycle it or throw it away and print yourself a new one. Now, I don't know, because the filament has to go through an extrusion system. And so I don't know if that filament is going to pick up anything with the gears or the nozzle, or if, God forbid, there's any like metal shavings or something. And so it's really, the food safe material is quite a topic, and it's polarizing on both sides. But I would say what I do, like if I print a cookie cutter, I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay to press cold or room temperature dough into shapes and then take it off and cook the dough and then eat it. I've done that many times. But I wouldn't heat the cookie cutter, and I wouldn't put it in the dishwasher, and I wouldn't use it on wet things. I don't know. Like, does that make sense? Like, you could cut a cake or cookies or, you know, dry ingredients or dry things, but once you start talking about oily or wet ingredients, it just gets kind of gross. And that's just my personal thoughts on it. There's probably research somewhere, but I'm still alive as far as I know, so I haven't had any problems with food safe prints. Hey, look at that, we got to 520 likes. Good job, everybody.
Nice.
John Stern, use food safe epoxy to seal prints. There we go. I know that there's like a food safe epoxy. It's almost like a salad bowl, right? If you make a salad bowl out of wood, I know there are salad bowls made of wood. Do you treat the wood, or do you seal it with something? And I would imagine the stuff that you seal it with is probably the same thing that you could seal a 3D print. I don't know for sure. Bill Ferguson, those cows were smoking weed and playing poker. The stakes were high.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
That challenges Brian Vines. I'm not gonna lie. That is a mighty. That is a mighty. Boy, how's everybody doing? I'm just taking a look through the chat. How's everybody doing? Could you in the chat, just let me know how your day has been, whether it's starting or ending or in the middle of it. Did you have a good day, a bad day? Was your day moist? Was your day dry?
Ooh.
Was your day
Spoilers.
full of work? Was your day full of play? I don't know. How is it going? Ian's on. Salad bowls get a walnut oil finish. Okay, that's really interesting. It's good to know. It's a good cat right here. Euro 3D, lots of snow. I bet. Thick Some Dude with the tenor, can you very briefly go through how to configure, compile, and upload Marlin firmware to a CR10 with auto bed leveling and a TFT screen? Just really quickly. Yes. So really quickly, reach out to Scott Latine. He's one of the Marlin maintainers, and just bug him incessantly because he loves that. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Actually, for that kind of stuff, isn't Tim Hoogland, right? TH3D, don't they have pre-compiled Marlin firmwares with added features for Creality machines?
I think Tim does, and I think
Tiny Machines
Tiny
does.
Machines does.
Tiny Machines
Yeah.
does, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Rogers, decent day, printing all the things, running the household while my wife is away. Oh, good for you. Kyle Clark, work was troublesome, and I lost a 27-hour print at hour 23 and a half.
Oh.
Ooh. Ibotics, I'm still trying to dial in my Z offset unsuccessfully. I'm sorry. Stephen Hepp, does Joel smoke weed? Usually I can guess, but he could go either way. I love this question. So here, I'll just put it out there. I do not partake, but I don't care if you do or not. Here we go. That's easy. The Acidor. Here it is, midnight 38, good day, but I'm not used to 29 Celsius. That's cold, so no printing day for me. I'll give it a try tomorrow. Okay, good job. Wargaming Noobs, I put in my 2 weeks at work today so I can be a stay-at-home dad and build up a side gig, 3D printing for tabletop gaming and random stuff as well. Congratulations! That is amazing.
Awesome.
Brian Vines, $5.99. Gotta go. Have a great rest of the stream. Sorry for accidentally repeating Morton Upshot's binary joke. I didn't see it. That's okay. I mean, you had a 50-50 shot. Jay David, 3D printing nerd, good day. How about you? It's been a good day. Very busy day. Very, very busy day. Lots of things in the works. Lots of planning stuff happening. Yeah. Stephen Hepp, I didn't think he'd read it. Why not, right? I mean, here in the state of Washington, marijuana is legal, and there are dispensaries that sell it. I've never tried it, and I have no interest in it, and so I just haven't. And I have friends that do partake, and I don't care. So it works out. $3DRC, it is 42 degrees here in Australia. That seems warm. That seems warm.
It's also 42 here, but it's 42 now.
That's right, it's 42F. PJ Leets, great day, printed a very small item that saved me over $500, replacing the manifold in my bathtub. That is amazing.
That's awesome.
That is amazing.
Beats my top $300
Jeff
save.
Peterson, I got stabbed near the spine by a doctor. That's good. So I'm in quite a bit of pain, but hopefully it leads to less overall pain. I hope so too. The Basic Painter with a Canadian 5 got the address. We'll send my first functional print done on Ender 3 Pro. It's like an Ender 3 night here. Fantastic. We are at 22%.
This is never going to finish.
Why don't we,
Speed it up.
yeah, why don't we turn this?
Oh, he's getting crazy. I saw it go.
Okay, and then
Saw it
I'm going to
like
go
jolt
here.
when it did it.
Okay, there we go. So it was set at printing speed of 100. I went to printing speed of 300.
Oh my goodness.
And then I set the temperature from 200C on the nozzle to 220, just because we were going to be pushing plastic faster. So we'll see what happens. It's still quiet, which is good.
Yeah,
This was a
very
base mode print, man. It would look really good.
Yeah.
Lake Schwanka, minus 37C in Saskatchewan. Oh, jeez.
That sounds terrible. 94% humidity
Jeez.
sounds like Michigan.
Sounds terrible. The Gaming Ham, hi all, hi 3D printing nerd, bet I could use a 3D printer for amateur radio. Sure you could. There's got to be things that you could print for amateur radio. I bet. I bet. Nero 3D, send it. Oh yeah, we're gonna send it. 300 speed really doesn't seem like it's much of a change.
Wisconsin, you scary.
You could,
I'll stay away from that.
it's moving pretty good. All right, maybe we'll get done here.
Should just be a 0.4 nozzle, yeah?
It is a 0.4. Basic Painter 0.4, yes. CMYK FPV, any tips for TPU printing in Florida? Florida is going to be warm and muggy, usually, or just muggy. And TPU is very hygroscopic, so it is going to absorb moisture out of the air. So to do any really good TPU printing, you're going to need to dry it and keep it in a dry box with desiccant and a good weather seal on it. I know my buddy Pooch at Repcord has the rep boxes, so you could technically put a few rolls of TPU in those once you've dried them to keep them nice and dry. I think that that's your option. So once you have properly stored material for use, then it's a matter of adjusting speeds and temperatures, reducing retractions, and just doing the standard things that people do for TPU printing, I think. Robert Reagan, probably hitting firmware or layer speed limits. It's very possible. J-Mac, hey from Scotland. Hey! Seems acceleration limited. You may want to turn that temp back down a little. That's a good point. Bring it back down to like 205. I mean, everything was melting fine before. Well, can I bring it up even more? Oh.
Oh, what are you doing?
So I set print speed to 999. I couldn't go any higher than that. But I don't think it's going to do anything because it might be acceleration limited, like people are saying. Because it's not really doing much, is it?
No.
Okay. Well,
definitely has a limit on something.
yeah, there's some limit. I mean, 999 is like Voron levels of full send. "3DRC, Ultimaker sent me a roll of polypropylene." Ooh, polypropylene's fun. I have some polypropylene, and I remember the person that gave it to me was from Dow, and they said you had to put a certain kind of tape on the bed because polypropylene likes to stick to the type of tape that was being used. I don't remember where that tape is now. Shoot. How are we doing? Is it decent on time? Oh, 7:46. It's not too bad. This isn't really going anywhere. So I'm going to give us another 15 minutes. I just got word. My wife is making tacos for dinner because it's Taco Wednesday. And I do want to get home for taco dinner because I do like tacos.
That's fair.
So we'll go 15 more minutes. I mean, nothing more is happening. Like you've seen a million of these machines. It goes together really quick and it starts printing and it's just fine. In fact, I'm just going to turn it back to 100. Back to 200. There we go, because it'll print while I go eat tacos. Yeah.
Nice.
Practical printing. Clear packing tape. That's right. Polypropylene likes clear packing tape. Robert Reagan Kapton tape. No, but you know, we had when we were at Diabase Engineering, a cool trick with Kapton tape was having Kapton tape on the bed and then printing TPU on the Kapton tape. And it just sticks to it really well. And then you just squirt a little bit of acetone on the edge. It gets under there, and the TPU just essentially almost falls off. It's really cool.
It's really cool, yeah.
It's really cool. Fix 'em, dude. Nice. We had tacos for dinner tonight, too. Dinner, brothers. Tacos are yummy. Ryan Burton, do you think Creality will drop the CR6 SE in favor of this printer? Boy, that is a fantastic question because Creality has the CR6 SE and the CR6 Max, both of which use that specific load cell-ish sort of hot end to do the bed leveling with the nozzle. The Ender 3 series is super popular. Like, here's the thing. The CR6 is an Ender 3 style 3D printer with some filament detection, auto bed leveling, decent sized build volume. I think it's a removable, no, it's not a removable plate. And it works really, really well. The Ender 3 S1 is an Ender machine with a decent build volume and some upgraded features like filament detection and auto bed leveling. And it does have the removable bed. Like, I haven't used this a lot, and I have a lot of experience with the CR6 SE, but this is really good. Like, this is really good for what it is. Like, I'm definitely impressed. I'm definitely impressed. Hey, we can test the filament sensor.
Snip it. Snip it.
When it bounces a little bit, you gotta make sure you wind it back on. You don't want to cross the streams.
You want another color?
I'm gonna try the white that they sent.
Oh, sure.
Just because, you know. Well, I mean, they sent it, so why not? That little sprig of filament.
You don't even put on spools anymore.
No, no, it's a little sprig.
Terrible.
Okay, look at that. It has said,
Yeah.
tips, filament has been used up. Please replace the filament. Click confirm after finishing replacement or not prompt. So I have a confirm button and I have a button that says no longer prompt. I don't know what that means, but, you know, regardless, I think what we're going to do is, look at that. It's great. So we got to put it here. Got to put it there. Is that going to work? Maybe. Okay, come here. Confirm.
Oh.
Oh. So usually when you run out of filament, when you replace the filament, the machine typically slowly primes the nozzle and then stops, which gives you a chance to clear that or allow it to fall off, and then it goes back to printing. So then you just have to remember with the Ender 3 S1, you do need to do the preparations for priming the nozzle before you hit confirm, or else it's going to full send right over to the model. Looking good. It's going to be a 2-color cat.
Orange and white.
2-color cat. It's like a Garfield up in here.
Oh no, it's like a creamsicle. That's the word I'm looking for.
It is like a creamsicle.
My favorite.
A little sprig of filament seems to be rolling nicely.
Like a biscuit.
Not too bad. Huh. I mean, Chef Smith, any updates on the Prusa XL? Do you think we'll get them before September? I don't know. I don't have a window into the Prusa research business dealings like some people have accused me of. But I know that Joe and team are probably working as fast as they can. We're also working with global supply issues for the things that make 3D printers. And so it could be that the parts have a lead time. I've heard of some manufacturers with having to order parts, and I have heard, like some, I don't remember who it was exactly, but I heard an 80-week lead time. And that blows my mind because that's a year. That is a year and 3 months-ish. Samus129 streaming, do you think Creality will ever come out with an updated CR10 Max? I don't know. That's actually a really good question. CR10 Max is an interesting machine because that was, the CR10 Max, I remember was a, or like the S5 or the Max, both of them were just, let's go bigger. That was their big thing. It wasn't a refined bigger, it was just let's go bigger. But now, like the CR6 Max itself is they went bigger, but they applied some of the things they'd learned, like it has dual Y rails. It's kind of cool. It's boy in space. Ben has one, so we'll get to see that. Jesse R, what speed are you running at? I don't know. It doesn't tell me. It doesn't tell me. Well, listen, we tested the filament runout sensor. We put in their filament. We turned up the speed as much as we could, but it was acceleration limited. We didn't level it out of the box. It seems to be going okay. The belts are tightened. I don't have to tighten them anymore. We explored the screen with the knob. We put it together. It was packaged great. Like, this has been a great stream. There was no drama. Everything worked. Everything's still working. Everything's still working. Like at this point, I think it's point we just call it good because I'm going to go home for Taco Wednesday. Well, yes. Listen, thanks for joining us on this stream. This was a bunch of fun. First one of 2022. We got, let's see. 75 keg 75, A799. Is that an Aussie 799? What, are you out of your mind? First stream of 2022. Hope you all had a good Christmas and New Year's from John at vload.co. How do you rate Ender 3 versus Prusa Mark 3S? Comparable or no? That is a much longer question than we can take to answer. But the Prusa Mark 3S and the Ender 3 really appeal to different markets because while they can both print things, each one is desirable by different market segments. And I mean, we can go into those at some point, but that's probably not for this video right here. Well, listen, if you made it this far, you're awesome. I hope you have some tacos at least. If not now, then later. And we'll see you. Thank you for such a wonderful welcome back to streaming in 2022. We'll see you on the next one. Fan Mail Friday, new episode Saturday. Have a good night. Bye.